All right. So, okay. So we have 14 people here. Omar, you're welcome. Um,
Thank you very much.
yeah, you're welcome. It's been a while I heard from you guys. Okay, so without further ado, um, I would love to maybe let me share my screen, then we can start properly. Um, Okay, so I hope we can all see my screen.
Yeah.
Busola, yeah, can we all see my screen right now?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Oh, okay. That's nice. Okay, so once again, my name is Chukwuma DK. Um, I'm the project lead for Wiki Activate Africa. And this section, we want to talk about African creatives on codes. That is the topic for this section, and it's going to be focused on Wikiquote. So we want to also brush up our knowledge on how to edit Wikiquote and how to create articles on Wikiquote. So that is what this section is all about, and we are collaborating with Black Lodge Table to bring to organize this to organize this event. And the event will run like close to 2 weeks, just to enable people to also edit and participate in the contest side of the program. So I know we all know about wiki quotes. For some of us that are seasoned Wikipedians or Wikimedians, we all know about wiki quotes. But I want us also, because there are also new people here, people that has not actually come across wiki quotes, and there are also people, old contributors that maybe are not too familiar with Wikiquote. So I and my team member want us to brush up our knowledge a little bit about Wikiquote. So okay, so this is the slide. It's going to be a short section. We don't want to waste anybody's time that much. So in this training section, we are going to learn what is Wikiquote, obviously, then Wikiquote policies and guidelines. We are also going to have a hands-on practical section um, on how to create and how to edit a Wikiquote article. So let's dive into it. What is Wikiquote? So from the Wikimedia pages, you can see where I got my references from. I will also post the slide so that we all can also go back and read up. So Wikiquote is a compendium of quotations that is being written collaboratively by the readers. So the idea was to most of us that read Wikipedia article or Wikiquote articles, that we should be able also to we should be able to contribute to the project. So that is the idea behind Wikiquotes, so that people that read vastly should be able also to contribute and make the project more elaborated. So that was the idea behind it, and obviously it's one of the Wikimedia projects, which you know that anyone could actually edit or contribute into. But before you contribute or edit, you must know what you are doing. You must know what it's all about or what you are trying to achieve. So Wikiquote is mostly quotes from prominent and notable people. or even though the person is not notable, but the quote is notable. So there is Wikiquote is not that so strict on notable, but on notability. But then you have to give the notability side of Wikipedia to it, which gives it that which gives the idea that the person the quote should be a notable quote. Um, if, even though the author is not a notable person, but the quote should be original from the author. It should not be a vague or very confusing quote. And also, most of the times, most of us mistake quotes with a mere statement. So sometimes it could be confusing, but as we move along, we'll see the difference between a quote and a mere statement. Okay, so the project was Wikiquote started in on June 2003, and recently now there is 69,018 articles in English Wikiquotes. There are also other languages Wikiquotes, but for this event, we are focusing on English Wikiquotes. Okay, so also Wikiquotes is licensed. It's licensed under Creative Commons attribution, which means that you can share the content freely without any kind of permission. So Wikiquotes, you can actually reference on Wikiquotes, you can share what is being written there and all that freely. So which is also most of the licenses Wikimedia articles and media has. So moving on, why Wikiquotes? So why do they have to create a Wikiquote? So Wikiquote is appropriate since the quotes can be verified. So when you go on Google and search for so many quotes, you can see so many quotes that are not verifiable, that you might not even know who said it and when or where. So why Wikiquote is so important is that is a project that you can verify who said this and when, where, and what is the context of the person quoting this. So it's a very nice project that we are all advised to also contribute. Not only contribute, we should also tell people more about. We should also be readers of all these projects we are contributing to. We should also try and be spreading about Wikipedia, Wikiquotes, Wikidata, because recently we found out that most people don't even read most of these things we are contributing on. So we should also cultivate the idea of telling people to, do you know about Wikiquotes? Do you know that you can get quotations from this project? So we should be able to share this readership attitude so that people can also be able to read some of these things we are contributing to. So another thing is Wikiquote is a repository for quotation from prominent people, books, films, and events. So many things. So is where you see a lot of quotation from people. Just like China Achebe said, when the center cannot hold, things fall apart. If you go to Wikiquote and search for China Achebe, you will see many of his quotes on Wikiquote, and you will see that it's very, very verifiable. You can see where he said it, the book he said what he said, and what made him to say what he said. Okay, so Wikiquote has interesting and useful categories to pursue, and it also offers all readers the opportunity to become Wiki quotations. So just like we have Wikimedians or Wikipedians. So we have wiki quotations. If you are more focused on creating quotes on wiki quotes, you are a wiki quotation. So let's dive into the quotability guidelines. Just like every other Wikimedian project, there are standard guidelines so that you don't know people don't just come from nowhere and start abusing most of these articles. So there are guidelines you should be aware of. Though Wikiquote is more flexible, but then you should adhere to so many of their guidelines. It will also help you to create something substantial and something accurate, something someone else can read and gain knowledge from. So one of the quotability factors is Wikiquote is must have a verifiable source. So the quote you are trying to contribute should have where you get it from. You should have a place you can reference it. Okay, I get this quote from this place. It could be a book. It could be from an event or a panel discussion. It could be from which other place? From a newspaper article, or yeah, it could also be from a prominent newspaper. It could be from an interview. Maybe someone was granted an interview and he made a notable statement that needs to be captured. So it must be verifiable. Also, the original author to whom or work which okay, yeah. So the original author should be also be a verifiable person. It should not be maybe someone didn't say anything. You just want to include it. No, it should also come from a place of maybe the person is notable person. Example like maybe let's say Donald Trump could make a statement and you can capture a quote from what he said. Just like I gave you an example of Chinua Achebe's book, Things Fall Apart. There was a place he now mentioned when the center cannot hold, things fall apart, and it has a lot of meaning behind that quotation. Also, okay. Also, he also is the subject of the quote a notable subject. Are we talking about something relevant for you to quote what you are quoting for? So is the subject a notable subject, even though the author is not a notable author, but is the subject, is the topic the author is saying, is it a notable topic? Let it not be that, okay, it's talking about something that is not relevant and you want to quote the person. So even though the author is not a notable person, but let it be that the topic the author is talking about is a very, very notable topic. Okay, okay, I've said this also. Is the quote particularly witty, wise, or eloquent? So there are intelligent people that could make statements or talk about a topic that those people they are not notable, they are not well known. But when you listen to what they are saying, you know that okay, this person is actually making sense. So when you have those kind of quotes from those kind of people, is allowed for you to also include it on Wikiquote, even without the author being notable. Okay, so is the quote independently well known? Has it withstood, or is it likely to withstand the test of time? So is this something that you kind of, oh, this statement actually makes sense. This quote, this thing this person said actually makes sense. It will help a lot of people. So if it's something that could withstand the test of time, it's also worthy of quoting. And also, we know the other parts of Wikimedian criteria. You shouldn't be biased when you are contributing to Wikimedian projects. So it mustn't be someone you know that you must quote. But if the person is making sense, if the quote is making sense, if the quote is if the topic of the quote or whatever the subject the person is talking about is very, very inspirational, is welcome to be quoted on Wikiquote projects. Okay, so how to start a new Wikiquote article. Though this will also be shown on practical side of this section, but there are three basic ways you can using the search box to get your web link. So if you want to start a new Wikiquote article, you first search for the topic or the name, just like we are going to focus on African creatives. So when you want to create an article for a particular African creative, you first of all search for the name on Wikiquote database, which I could show. Okay, let's finish up before we go to the practical parts. So you search for the name. If the name is not existing, obviously, Wikiquote will give you a link for you to create the article for the person. Also, using input box. So this input box has to do with if it's a person, you input the name and it will give you a kind of template on how to form a Wikiquote of a person. If it's a Wikiquote of a book, you input it, and if you input the name of the book and all the necessary information, and it will give you a template on how to write a Wikiquote for a book. If it's Wikiquote for that's coming from an event or so, it has the templates which you can use. Another way to create an article, a Wikiquote article. Also, you can also create from your sandbox. So we all know, for seasoned Wikimedians, we all know what sandbox is. So sandbox is a kind of a page where you can play around on maybe the things you don't even understand more. Then you can, after you are done writing, you can publish from your sandbox. But when you are editing, it won't go live. So your sandbox is your kind of personal playground on Wikimedia projects. So these are the basic three ways you can be able to start or create a Wikiquote article. And we will also go to the practical section now, and we will see most of these three ways I mentioned and how to create a proper Wikiquote article. Okay, thank you all for your time and for your listening ears. Do we have any question for this little slide presentation before we move to the practical section? Any question or observation or contribution before we move to the practical section? Okay, yeah. And you can talk now. Unmute yourself. Okay, yeah.
Good evening, sir, and good evening, other colleagues on the call. I think I will first of all commend you for this beautiful and explicit presentation. It's not a question, really. Will I say a question, although it was something you wanted to touch, but I think it did not touch. That was you talking about trying to explain the difference between a statement and a quote. So I just want you to just throw light on that. Thank you very much.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Thanks for bringing me back to that. Okay, so when a statement could be like, let me put it more simpler. So when I say there are things that are not going well in the African space, and we need to throw more light on it, that is a statement. That is not a quote. So let's say I'm being granted an interview, and I said, okay, the state of the country is not moving well, and the government needs to do a lot about what is happening in so place. That is a mere statement. It's not a quote. Do you get me? But when you now say, for example, when you now say, what quotes can I use now? Should I use okay, so for example, for the Chinua Achebe quotes I mentioned, you can see when things fall apart, when things cannot hold, things fall apart, you can see it has a huge meaning behind the quotes, behind the statement. There is a huge meaning behind it. So quotations are meant to be inspirational. It's meant to carry a lot of meaning, depth inside. It's not just a mere statement that, okay, someone is just commenting or talking about. So that is why Wikiquote is more flexible, that even though the person saying the quotes is not a notable person, but the topic of what he's talking about is very notable. Most of the quotes he makes in those statements could be contributed in Wikiquotes. So there is very thin line between a mere statement and a quote. Why How I differentiate mine mostly is that a quote should be inspirational. It should be something that you read and you kind of see a lot of meaning in it, than a mere statement anybody can say or talk at any time. I don't know if I answered your question. Was it so clear?
Very well.
Yeah.
I think in addition to that, I
Okay.
think it's also very important we understand that there's still a difference between a proverb and a
Okay.
quote. I
Okay.
think
Yeah.
it's still something we need to take. Like, for example, he kicked a bucket.
Yeah.
We can attribute this to a quote. This is a proverb. But I think we can attribute a quote to something like, in order to be a great man, you must be addicted to your book. I don't know if you can assert to that. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Also, that's very correct. There is also a thin line between a quote and a proverb also, but I think most proverbs are quotes. We can all agree that proverbs are quotes actually. Yeah, proverbs are quotes. But what I don't agree is all statements are not quotes. And obviously, all statements are not even proverbs. So, but I agree that proverbs are all quotes, and they pass into to be on Wikiquotes. So if you have if the person speaks in proverbs, it should also be in Wikiquotes. It passed the test of Wikiquotes. If the person made a quote that is not even a proverb, but it has an in-depth meaning, it should also pass as a quote, yeah. But not when someone just make a statement, or I woke up late this morning or something like that. That is not a quote, and obviously not a proverb. Yeah, any other question? Do we have any other contribution, question, or maybe you want to add to what I've said?
Good evening, sir.
Okay, Joshua, you want to say something?
Yes, what I want to say is it possible for like person like you or another person to maybe based on your own understanding and write something? I mean, the idea emanate from you.
Okay, the idea emanates from me, so
Yes.
I can't quote myself. Just like, so it will fail the test of being biased. So I can't quote myself.
Yeah.
So you can't quote yourself also. But if, let's say, somebody else sees your interview or sees where you are speaking and decide to quote you and decide to create a wiki quote based on the topic you are talking about, is a very important topic, is a notable topic, yeah, you can go ahead and do that. But for me, I can't prove Wikimedia being biased and or even conflicts of interest and all that. So quote yourself or even someone you personally know. But if you see probably where I'm talking about an issue that is very important, yeah, you can quote me, but you can't quote yourself. I don't know if I answered
It
that,
is clear.
Joshua.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so Busola, are you up and ready for the practical section? This shouldn't take much time also.
Yeah.
Busola, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Thank you.
Okay, let me
So
start sharing my.
I'll just share my screen and take us briefly on a more practical approach to Wikiquote. So if we go to wikiquote.org, that's the URL, and just like every other Wikiquote application, there are different language wiki codes, but we'll be dealing with the English wiki codes for this project. And we have also created this work list on some of the Wikiquote articles you could work on. We are focusing on African creatives. So we have a list of the existing Wikipedia articles. Someone asked a question in the chat, but if you have to have a Wikipedia article to have a Wikiquote article, no, you don't necessarily have to. But just like Chick said during his presentation, you have to be notable enough. You have to be to a certain degree notable, although the notability criteria for Wikiquote is a lot lower than that for that of Wikipedia, but still you have to be notable. You should be able to search about you online and find some things. So these are just a few of the creatives we've been able to identify, and some of them do have existing Wikiquote article that you could improve, and some of them do not have articles at all that you would have to create. And so just for instance, if you want to create for this first guy, let's just go to his Wikipedia page to have an idea of who he is, right? So if I click on it, it takes me to his Wikipedia page. I know he is a Nigerian graphic designer, illustrator, and visual artist known for his work. Yes?
Yes. Yeah, sorry for interrupting. Can you maybe take us on the page of Wikiquote's main page so that some people that are new here could just see how it looks?
Okay. This is the Wikiquote's main page. I think we always have a quote of the day, which is a quote taken from one of the pages. So this particular quote was by this guy, and if we click on him, it takes us to his profile, and this is the quote he made. And there are always like selected pages. There are new pages to be created. There are a lot of help materials, how to edit a page, the guides to layout and style, knowing about the public domain, knowing about shared resources. And then if you want to search for certain people or certain topics or fields, you could come here and search for people, you could search for literary works. The example that Chooks gave us on Purple Hibiscus, I'm very sure if you check one of those literary works and we go to Purple Hibiscus, you will see that particular quote that he mentioned. You could also see famous quotes from films, famous quotes from TV shows. You could see famous quotes on different themes, different places, and then miscellaneous like holidays, proverbs, just like the question that was asked. So you have proverbs also, you have slogans, you have last words. Maybe for really famous people, the last words they said. You have theoretical plays and musicals, and you could search for people, for authors. You could search for them by occupation, by nationality. You could search for films, for literary works, lists, proverbs, themes, and lastly, you get to see a whole lot of wiki projects, Wiktionary, Wikipedia, which everyone is very aware of, Wikisource, MetaWiki, Wikivoice. So this is like the home page of Wikipedia, of Wikicodes rather, and it exists in different languages also. But for this project, we'll be dealing with the English Wikisource. An easy way, if you just want to search for a person, the search bar up here, and you could search for, let's just say Barack Obama, and then this is what a Wikiquote article looks like. Just like Wikipedia, you have the some sort of introduction to give you an idea of who the person is, why the person is notable enough, and then an info box which has the picture. But rather than information you see on Wikipedia article, you see like a famous quote by the person on the info box. And because this is obviously a very notable person, this particular article is very detailed and very comprehensive compared to other articles about less famous and less notable people. And so you get to see quotes. This one was categorized by years: 1980s, 1990s, 2000s. And another interesting thing about Wikiquote is Wikiquote talks about the quotes the person said, but then there's also another option of quotes about the person that other people have said. So I think if you just go down, like I said, this is a very like comprehensive page. So we would have a lot of, I think I'll be scrolling forever if I keep on doing this way. And let's just try to see quotes about the person. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I think you can just move ahead with the practical.
Yeah, okay, so this is what I just wanted to say now. This is quotes about the person, even though it's now this quote was spoken by Michelle Obama, but she was talking about Barack Obama, so it's on Barack Obama's page. This is what I just wanted to highlight. So let's go back to our article. So I was just looking at this guy. So say we want to create a Wikiquote article for him. He doesn't have one. This is who he is, so I have an idea of who he is, but then we have to confirm, is he actually on Wikiquote? So I can come and search for him. And when I search for him, I'm going to see there were no results matching this query. And in the example that Chus gave during his presentation, this is a very easy way to create an article for a person. So you see the person is on a red list and it says this page does not exist. All you need to do is click on the red link and then it brings you to a page and asks you to create this page for this person. It's just that's very simple. And then you could type whatever you want. And but I'm trying to see if there's source edits for Wikiquote also, or if it's just if there's visual edits for Wikiquote also, if it's just source edits. Okay, but I'll come back to it. So one of the acts I use whenever I'm creating a new page for someone, at least at first I would want to understand, just give like a brief summary of who that person is. And so instead of doing my own independent research, I just come to Wikipedia and where was my Wikipedia page? Okay, I'll just go back here. I'll just come to Wikipedia and I would copy just the relevant details I could find from the person's Wikipedia page. So I could say Ibi, Iye, Adeton. I don't really need to do this because now Wikiquote, there is not every single information that's really necessary on Wikiquote. So for instance, now he's a Nigerian graphic designer, illustrator, and visual artist. Yes, known for his works on promotional artworks and posters for Nigerian films. Now, his designs has been featured in productions like this. You could add it. You don't necessarily need to add it. You just need like a description of who the person is, and then before we go, so I can just easily come along with the references and I'll copy it. I'm not going to be creating the page because it's going to take a lot of time. And I'll copy it and paste it, and then we begin creating our page. And so if I want to find out quotes about this guy, the easiest way to do is just search for the person on Google, right? Search for the person on Google. Now you can't really use the person's Instagram page. You can't use the person's LinkedIn or LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a bit dicey. You can't use the person's Twitter page. So what I do is I go to news in my Google and then I see probably interviews the person has carried out. I see places where the person has been on a talk show, on a podcast, has given speeches, has read articles, and then that way we could get some quotes from them. So this is one I found. It's on a site called What Kept Me Up, and it said we should meet. This is the guy. He's the creative designer behind most of our favorite Nollywood posters. And if we search on this article, we'll see that this is an interview with this person, right? So this is the interviewer asking the questions. So now these are where we could get the quotes from the person's answer, because remember this is what the person is saying. But just like Chooks explained also, not there are some things that are called statements, there are some things that are called quotes. So you can't really call everything like a quote. And so let's just say 6 years ago, blah blah blah, and I wanted to in line with my vision and passion. So all of these are like statements. I can't just copy. Of course, he said this, but I can't copy it and put it as a quote because it's not really a quote. It's just a statement. It's something he's saying. It's not taking this independent of this whole interview. It doesn't really make sense standing alone, right? So it's not really a quote. It's just a statement. And so we could just go through, read through the interview, and then you would find something that is really key, and also something that is really key relating to what this person does. Now we know that this person is into art and design, graphics design for Nollywood movies. So we can now find maybe some things he says about art, maybe what his passion was, why he went into art, but something that is like notable enough or something that is distinct enough that would serve as a quote. So this is one way you could get quotes from people. When searching for them on Google, going to the news section and checking for interviews that the person has done. This was another one by Nollywood reporters. It was also an interview with him. The second way you could also get quotes from the person is going to the person's Wikipedia page and then scrolling down to the reference section. Well, interestingly, this was the one we checked the other time, but then we can see other sites where we could see information about this person. And this is also a good place, a good site to check to find some information or find some quotes or some things this person has said that could be notable enough. And yeah, these are all added. And just the same way we have Wikipedia, when you have your introduction, you can now have your quotes, a section of your quotes, and then right this, yeah, and then you have your quotes, and then for each quote you use the asterisks and the asterisks, right, and then it gives you each of the quotes in bullet points, and then for your reference you have ref. I'm trying to remember the syntax. Okay, ref is this, right?
Okay, sorry for interrupting again. Can you get one quote from this guy? Do you have
Okay.
any quote from him, or should I?
Yes, I did. I found one. Wasn't this one? Okay, let's see. There was one I saw in this place where it said, I'm just trying to find it now. Just trying to be careful with actually making sure it's a quote and not just a statement. There was one I saw. Okay, so I saw this one that says, the more you recreate other people's work, the more you understand their design choice, and you develop your taste and style through that. As you grow, you will find your voice. This is
Exactly.
something, this is something that, I mean, even independent of this interview, it's something that people could relate to, even outside of design, even outside of art. The more you recreate other people's work, the more you understand their choice, and then the more you develop your own taste and style through it. So it's something that could serve as a motivational speech, something that could serve as an advice, that could serve as an encouragement, or it's something we could call this a quote, because this is what he said is advice to aspiring designers. So I'm just going to, well, I found copy. What did I copy? Oh, I can't copy on this, so I'm just going to try to type it out quickly. So I'm just going to type it out quickly. Where was it?
Okay, the site doesn't allow you to copy.
Yeah, it doesn't allow me to copy.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm just going to type this out quickly now. It says, the more you create the more you understand their design choices, and you will develop your taste and style through that. As you go, you will find your voice. Okay, so I'm just going to separate back. Okay, so this was the first quote. I think of a mistake I made somewhere. Yeah, I'm not sure if you necessarily have to put it in quotation mark. Please correct me if I'm wrong, Chucks. If you need to put it in quotation marks, if it's under quotes.
No, you don't necessarily
You
need to,
don't
but
necessarily have to
yeah,
do that, right?
but then if you still add it, there is still no problem.
Okay, and then so because this is where I found it, I just have to come and copy the link here. Copy. I'm surprised I can't see source edits here. So I'm just going to use the syntax for references, and this is it. Extension. Listen. Right, so this is it. And then I could just add references and have my ref list. So this goes down to references, right? So this is, I've just added one code, and if I want to add another code, I just come enter and make another asterisk and add the codes. So since I've just made this, let's just copy so I can publish it and let it be like, let's copy like it's Wikipedia, something from his Wikipedia, just to make it a bit more accurate. I'm just going to copy this with the references. So I'm going to make, let's see what it is. Professionally known as this, is a Nigerian graphics designer, illustrator and visual arts artist. This, and then we have both of the references in our reference list, right? So this is, if we had a picture of him probably on his Wikipedia page, we could have copied that and added. And since we know he has a Wikipedia page, we can also add it on his Wikiquote. So there's a way you link different wiki projects. So I can just have another heading called external links. And then I just do Wikipedia. And so it's going to tell me this subject once it loads. Yeah, this person, there's a Wikipedia has an article about this person. So anybody that clicks on it will be taken to the person's Wikipedia article. And you can also do the same thing, come to this person's Wikipedia article and make the same link to Wikiquote to the person. If the person has a Wikidata item, you could do the same thing with, I'm not sure this person has a Wikidata item, but you could do the same thing with Wikidata, and it's going to tell you Wikidata has open data. But let's say, I'm not sure if it has. Let's open the main tab. This is just trying to link, yeah, so it does not exist, so it doesn't have. So I think it's the same with commons also. If the person has a commons category, just add commons. So it's a good way to link the article about the same person over different Wikimedia projects. But since we are sure of Wikipedia, let's just leave it as Wikipedia. And we can go ahead and let's just say created new article. Do we have an hashtag for this campaign, Chucks? Chucks, do we have an hashtag for this campaign?
Yeah, yes, hashtag Africa Creatives.
Africa Creatives. Okay, and then I published the page, and I just created a Wikiquote article about this person. But of course, there's just one quote, and we can add a lot more. But then we have the introduction about the person. We have one of the quotes the person has said. We have an external link that points us to its Wikipedia page, and we have our reference list. And okay, yes, so I'm seeing a hand up. Asha Khan.
Oh, Yeah, Asha, do you want to ask a question or contribution?
Yes, yes, I want
Okay,
to ask a question. Um,
go.
on Wikiquote, when we publish locally without needing to be submitted, do
Come
you get my
again?
question? I said,
No.
in Wikipedia, when we create new articles on Wikipedia, we have to
Yeah.
submit it for revision. Is it the same way on Wikiquote also, or it just publishes straight up on Wikiquote?
Okay. Okay, so that the way you did your article on Wikipedia is through Sandbox, I guess. So if you created through Sandbox, you will need to submit for revision before it can be published. But if you this way she used the method she used is a direct method that you don't need to there is no need for revision, and it's mostly for people that are conversant and very that knows what they are doing. But if you are still starting new, you can use the sandbox side, which where you create the whole article or quotes, then you submit it for revision before it can be published. So there are 2 ways or even 3 ways you can create this article. So the way you are talking about is the sandbox way, I guess so. But the way she used is a direct way that if you create it, you don't need to, if you create and publish it, there is no need for revision. It will go live. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. Thank you very much.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you. While you was answering, I was trying to see if we had for Wikipedia, you could create a draft article and then you submit for
Yeah.
review. But for Wikiquote, I didn't see the draft article. So just like you said, you can always do that in your sandbox. So it's also like a draft.
Yeah.
If you're like say,
Yeah.
if I didn't want to publish it because it's just one quote and then it's obviously like a stop article right now, I could have done that in my sandbox. And then when I have like a substantial amount of quotes and I've been able to populate it very well, then I can go ahead to publish it. But I was just showing like a very easy and fast way of creating an article about a Wikiquote article. And yeah, I think that's basically it. Obviously, more quotes could be found, and yes, just like on Wikipedia, you could also do wiki links on Wikiquote. So we said movies or um, books also have Wikiquote pages. So imagine this this movie now that or this film that it created the poster for. Imagine it was a very popular film, and then this film itself had a wiki quotes article. We could also hyperlink it the way you link on Wikipedia. So if we check like Things Fall Apart now, we go to Chimamanda's wiki quotes article. I'm very sure we are going to see like a link to Things Fall Apart because I'm very sure Things Fall Apart should have a wiki quotes article. I really do so. Yeah, Things Fall Apart. Oh, this is taking us to Wikipedia, not Wikiquote. Oh, did I Popeye Discourse rather is what I wanted to say. Well, I'm surprised Things Fall Apart, does not have a Wikiquote article. Yes, Jennifer.
Chinachebe will have a wiki quote.
Yeah, Chinua should have.
So this no, I think you're on the page
Yeah,
already.
I'm on Chinua. It's Chimamanda. I mixed the names
Okay,
there.
okay.
Okay, so what I'm actually realizing is that you can link to Wikipedia instead of Wikiquote. So if I click on these Things Fall Apart now, it's taking me to Wikipedia article, not Wikiquote. So you can also link to Wikipedia. Jennifer, your hand is raised.
Can we all mute our mic? I'm hearing some other background voice. Can we all mute, please? Okay, so Jennifer, yeah, go on.
Thank you for the opportunity. Good evening, everyone. My question is, are there any categories to be added or just the quote?
I think we can add. We should be able. We should actually add categories. So since we are doing African creatives, let's see what category is on his Wikipedia page first of all. So we have living people, Nigerian graphic designers, okay, let's see Nigerian artists because Wikiquote. Let's see if there's an existing Nigerian artists category.
Maybe creative category. So if you see any creative category or Africa artist or so you can add
Let's find
those
that.
similar kind of categories.
Yeah, so let's see if they exist. I think that'll be after references. So that will be, you said Nigeria artists, right?
Yeah, you can
African
African creatives.
creatives. Let's see if once it loads. Okay, so they don't exist. So we don't
They're
have
not,
these.
so don't worry, I will create the African creatives category so that
Okay.
but these are the
To ask,
relative. Go
it should
on.
have category before Nigerian artists. Category, then semicolon before Nigerian artists. Colon.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Wait, like category.
Yes.
Category.
Colon. No, why? Not categories.
Why? Okay, let's see whether it will come up.
Then go down. Go down. No, not that please. Like go up, like to the bottom of yes.
Yeah, I mean
There's Nigerian artist in there.
Yeah, it did create it, but we don't have it yet. So I think we can actually create it since it gives us a red link, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let me just add African creators also, so we can. Thank you for that.
Okay. Who is Confidence? Do you still want to ask a question? Confidence.
Yes, I still want to ask a question.
Okay, go on.
Like, can an interview be a quote?
Okay, so not all interviews are quotes. Just like I don't know if you are at the beginning of where I gave examples. So it's not everything the person you're interviewing or listening to the to his or her interview said that is a quote. You get, so some things the person said might just be a statement, but there are difference between statements and quotes. Like when the person says something that has in-depth meaning, you can capture it, just like example of this quotes she used on this person's page. You can say the person said a lot of things, but there are different there is a statement he made that has a depth meaning which she captured. Do you understand me?
Yes.
So it's not everything the person is saying on the interview that passes a quote. No. So if I say, let's say you are interviewing me, I said, oh, this book is so nice. I had to read it 24 hours in a day before I could be able to understand what is saying. This is not quotes. Do you understand? This is just mere statements. But if I say something like, I believe in film posters beyond marketing assets. Oh, no. Where is that quote? Okay, the more you recreate other people's work, the more you understand their design choices, and you will develop your taste and style through that. As you grow, you will find your voice. You see, this is not just a statement. Do you see the difference?
Yes.
The difference between the two things I have mentioned said. So quotes has meaning, like in-depth meaning. It's not just what the person said, but it has another meaning from what the person said. Like it's also inspirational, motivational. So it's not just a mere statement. You don't go and copy everything the person is saying just like that. No, there are things that has meaning in depth that the person said that you can also capture and make it a quote. I don't know
Okay.
if you understand it way more like this.
Yes,
Okay,
I do.
Joshua, you want to say something? Joshua, you can go on.
Okay, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, everyone. What I want to ask is, from the examples and the discussion, it seems all focus on those who are notable or prominent. In a situation whereby you have some people in remote places in Nigeria where they say something, or in their discussions and teachings, you discover that what they are teaching or saying is philosophical, it has some meaning. What happened in that situation, sir? What can someone do?
Okay, in that situation, if there is no notable place you can reference the person's work, it doesn't pass the quotability. So the quotes must have a reference. It must have where you get it from, like where someone could search and also see where you got it from. It shouldn't be only you that, okay, you had this person said this in a town hall meeting. No. It does, though what the person said might be quotable, but since it doesn't have a reference, a public reference, it doesn't pass it for now. It's the same thing with Wikipedia.
Situation whereby maybe there is a media house that captured the program when it was said. What happened in
Okay,
that
yeah,
situation, sir?
sure. If there is a media house that captured the program, you take the quotes, what the person said. You can now reference the media house. Maybe if the
Okay,
media house published the whole thing, you can reference, if it's in YouTube self, you can reference YouTube, reference even the timeline on which the person said this. You get? So
it's all right.
yeah, exactly. So let there be something someone else could search and see about where you get this quotation from.
It's all right. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Do we confidence? Okay, yeah, you want to okay. Okay, so is there any other question or contribution? Okay, Edna, go on.
Okay, good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone, once again. So, my question is about the referencing. So,
Okay.
I don't know how do we reference movies, and also let me just say like books that sometimes they are not online. I don't know if like can be trained on this reference part. Thank you.
Okay. Books that are not online. Where you get the books should have ISB number, that's registration stop publisher. The book should have a publish company or ISB number and page number also. How you reference a book, the name of the book, the publishing company, the ISBN number, then the page number where you get this quotation, this thing. If you can get those information, you pass the reference. You can add it on the reference, and that's perfect.
I just wanted to add to that. So I was thinking Wikiquote would have it also because on Wikipedia, when you want to reference and you click on the that's why I'm shocked there's no source edit. And so instead of
Are you sure it's not? Is it not your? Did you activate your source edits on your preference? Let me check if it's also the same thing with me.
yeah, I mean I use source edit on Wikipedia. I don't know if it's like you have to check your preference also on Wikiquote. So just
Uh,
example of what I was saying, if I come to Wikipedia now and then maybe I want to edit this, right, and I want to add a reference to say this, I can just come and where is it? Yeah, no, not this. Yeah, I can come to source visual edit. So this is why I didn't find on codes. So I can come to visual edit, right? And then I cite, and then it gives me, if I go to manual, it gives me option of a website, a book, just like you were asking an example of, a news article, a journal, or a basic one. And then I could just go to automatic, paste the link, and then it's going to automatically detect if it was a book that you pasted, like with an ISBN number, a journal article with a DOI identifier, if it was a website, if it was a journal article, and all of that. So this is on Wikipedia. I don't know if it's my settings that I'm not able to see it on Wikisource. Have you checked your shows?
Also mine is not giving me the
Visual
this
edit.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I think
visual edits. I think it's also I think it should be from preference. We didn't set it right. I think it should be from there. Because I know obviously it normally comes out.
yeah,
Okay.
and I think if you just search enable visual editor. Let's see. Let's see. And then go back.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I just searched the visual editor and okay, yes, so
Okay.
yeah, it's there for me. So I can do edits. No, I can do edits, just edits. And then so if I want to add a book and I come to where is it? My link. That is no reference list. Why can't I see reference here again?
What are you looking for?
Reference.
Go to that three dots. No, how will I point this out?
Wait, this one.
Wait, I'm not seeing. Okay. Yeah.
It
Okay, let
doesn't.
me.
It's just okay. Let's see. Is it this? No, this is
Mm.
Wikilink. Um, I don't know why reference is in here. Insights. On Wikipedia, it says site, so it's very easy to see.
Yeah. Add the citation. Okay, that's Wikipedia for
That,
you.
yeah, that's Wikipedia. So I'm not saying that on Wikisource. Okay, so if I say edits, so how did it? Where was this reference? It should be somewhere, not reference list. Okay, basic reference. So I think that's it.
Mm.
So if I say basic reference, yes, so then I can write. So let's try it with this one that we did. So edit, and then I copy this. I think it's still the same thing. It doesn't give you the option of books that Wikipedia does. Did I say
Go to insert. Let's see.
yeah, insert it just brings down, so it's the same thing, just as a reference. And it adds it here, same way. Probably that option exists only for Wikipedia, not on Wikisource.
I think I've seen it before on Wikisource also.
On Wikisource, right?
Mm.
Because it's almost like formats the reference in a way like this.
Yeah. Okay, so I pasted a link for data reimbursement. We all can fill the form for data reimbursement.
So there are some questions on the chat, but I don't know if you want to answer. So someone asks, can we discover our own African creatives, or do they have to use the link provided? Okay, you've answered that. Yes.
Yes, I've answered that. So
Okay.
you can discover your own African creative, but let it be notable. Let the quotations have reference. Do you I hope we understand this. Let the quotation have reference. Let the person be notable. Also, it shouldn't be someone you personally know, so that there won't be any conflict of interest. Jennifer, okay, go on. Jennifer, you want to say something? Are you there?
Yes, I wanted to ask a question. So my
Okay.
question is, for this project, how many quotes are we expected to add to a page that we are creating? That's one. Then two, is
Okay.
this a contest or is it going to be assigned? Then the
Okay.
third
Yeah.
question, do we have prizes to be won at the end of the contest?
Yeah. Okay. So yes, we have a contest part of it, which is going to last 1.5 week. So, and yes, there are prizes. We will post the prizes on our WhatsApp page. There are prizes for it. For first three performers, and also we normally give also for people that actually contributed but they didn't make it to the top three. We also give kind of thank you for at least making our time to contribute. So is a contest. Yeah, we will have winners. That will also make us at least to add quotation to the to some articles. And yes, someone asked about if you can bring your own creative. Yes, you can research for other creatives that are that are Africans, and also bring up their quotes on quotation. Remember, we have a hashtag when you are publishing. The hashtag is African Creatives, African Creatives, hashtag African Creatives. So when you are publishing, you just try as much as possible to add this hashtag. Also, I will create a table on our meta page. You guys know how we normally do it, like you adding your contribution manually. Like if you contribute, you just give us name and maybe link of the contribution you did. It's not a must though, because we also use our dashboard to also get the contribution, but we also want you to put in, even though maybe dashboard sometimes could have technical issues, let's also have a place we can also refer to, which is the manual table collection. If you have been following Wikiactivate, you know we normally do the manual table collection so that we won't miss any of your edits or contributions. So I will create that table on Meta page, and you just go and fill it. If you don't know how to fill the table, you can compile the list of the contribution you make and send it to me, and I will upload it and I will upload it on the table for you. So that is that. Jennifer, did I miss any of your question? Because we are running out of time. You asked
Yes,
three
you did.
questions. Which one did I
Yes.
miss?
I'm asking for the project, how many quotes, like
Okay,
the
yes.
minimum that we can add?
Okay, there is no minimum. If you can get 5 to 10 quotes, that is okay. There is no minimum. But obviously let your quote be substantial. Don't go and pay. If you paste statements as a quote, it won't take any mark. Also, I will on the group, I will show us the grading scores for quotation or quotes and number of quotes you imputed. So I will read every quote. The judges that also join me will read every quote. If you make a statement as a quote, is obviously zero. And yeah, so please don't go, and if you don't understand what a quote is, you can also chat me up. Let me see the quote you want to. If you don't know whether okay this thing is a quote or not, you can maybe chat me up personally and look into it. The main aim is not to go and populate Wikiquote with nonsense and gibberish. The main aim is to populate it with substantial quotes so that if other people are reading, it could make sense to them. Let's not go and vandalize Wikiquote because of the contest. No, the contest is only the prizes and all that is just to motivate you. It doesn't mean you should go and populate, vandalize Wikiquote with things that doesn't make sense. Please don't do it. It doesn't work that way. If we find out that you are vandalizing instead of making substantial contribution, we might have to report your page. Please don't do it. Because other people also have to read what you are contributing to. It's not about contribution, it's about can it be reused? Can someone else read this thing and get knowledge from it? Okay, Confidence, you want to say something else? Okay.
Yes, I want to ask, can we reference using social media like YouTube or the rest?
You can use YouTube, oh, but you can't use other social media, like Twitter and all those, Instagram, no, Facebook, no. But I think we can use YouTube to some certain levels. Yeah, another person. Who else? Edna, okay, go on.
Please, sorry for, will I say, bugging you with questions. It's just for clarity because the
Okay.
practical session looks more like a refreshers training. So I want to appeal, I want to first of all find out if the recordings will be sent. That is firstly, because I
Okay.
also discovered that some of my questions were just rushed and when some of them were some parts were not attended to. Like how do we reference movie? I don't know if they'll be
Okay.
under training again for this again because
Okay. How
the
to
particles, yeah.
how to reference movie? Okay. Just like do you get any part of the reference she used?
Yeah, I think I got the one from Google that has to do with the person biography, autobiography. I think I got that part.
Okay. So movies has to do with maybe title of movies and maybe the place the movie is playing or so. Let's say I don't know if they use or if someone can reference Netflix or something like that. But then you can reference a movie, a film. Yeah, you can reference a film. You can put up when it is the movie was created or acted. You can put up the name of the movie industry as a reference, and there are so many information. So I would I want to share a screen. Let's go to. Can I share my screen? I want to see what a movie reference looks like. Um, okay. Joe. Oh, okay, yeah, you can go on. Joel.
Okay,
Joel,
sir.
go
Thank
on.
you.
Yeah.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to ask, according to the East African creative, is it any person that is an African person, like Africa as a whole, any country in Africa, or are we focusing on Nigeria or a particular country? That's what I want to ask.
Oh, yeah. Anybody from Nigeria, it mustn't from Africa, it mustn't be Nigeria. Do you get?
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so
Yes, okay,
it mustn't be Nigeria.
okay, sir. Okay.
Africa creative
Thank
is
you.
Nigeria is not the only country in Africa now. Is there anybody raising up their hand? Can we I want to share my screen. Let's see what film reference looks like. Okay. Can we all see my screen now?
I can
Yes,
see.
yes.
Okay, I'm coming. Just a minute. Just a minute. Let me take this. A minute, please. I want to grab something. Okay, yeah, I think I'm okay. Okay, we all can see my screen, right? Let's go to the movie side of Wikiquote and see the films. Let's see what it looks like. Film by franchise. Let's just see film from film by genre country. Is this taking me to a category? Okay, I'm gonna do something on the Crystal School. Let me see. Let's see if this has a category, a reference. Do we have any popular movie we can check on? Because what I'm seeing here is mostly external links. There is no reference here.
I think with the movies, they are showing like the conversations.
Yeah, on the
It's not
movies, they are
really,
mostly showing conversations and
most of them do not have references. I think the only reference it has is the Wikipedia page.
yeah. Um, is there any popular movie? What's the popular movie we can search on? Okay, let's say this Spider-Man that just came out. Let's see if we can see anything on it.
No, this is a 2007 one. It's not the one you're looking for.
Okay. Yeah, but I just still want to see if we can see anything on reference in there. So nothing much on reference. What we have is the strings and cast and okay, and some internal links. I think they didn't use a lot of, they didn't use referencing on movies.
I think
Yeah.
I think For movies, another way a movie can be referenced probably with the IDBM link. So obviously you can't really state this quote was said in the 28th minute and the 32nd second and the 34th second of the, you can't really state
Yeah,
that. But if you can
that.
point to the movie you are referring to, so maybe the IMDb
No,
link or
you should just okay. Let's see this film, this nightclub. Let's see what is there. Um,
most of the quotes that are here are not referenced.
yeah. So I guess because of how movies are being done,
Yeah.
so mostly it's narrators and kind of their dialogues about movies and mm. So I don't know who is asking this question. So as you can see, movies doesn't have referencing. I think referencing is not that important on movies, but then you need some internal links, external links to actually buttress where you what you are talking about on the movies. I don't know if this makes sense, but most of the movies we have come across, we doesn't have reference sections. Even under their quotes, there is no referencing. So,
Sorry, sir. Sorry for interrupting, sir.
okay, yeah, sure, go on.
I look at the screen. I saw the name of the movie and the year. I don't know whether I can go back there, sir.
The name of the movie?
And the year. Now I saw 1999 also. I don't know whether it was the quote or what the person was trying to, the information about the film.
Yeah, it's just the information about the film.
Okay.
So just like we also have maybe a kind of introduction about a person, this is a kind of introduction about the movie.
Okay.
So you can actually, if you are working on a movie, you can actually see examples of some movies that has been done on Wikiquotes, and you can follow suit on how they did it. You can see the info box. At least you have the movie poster, and the first rule of Fight Club is and a quote from the movie. So you can just mimic this kind of article and do your own as long as you have the information they are having here, because there is no reference on the movie aspect of Wikiquotes. Also, I want I want us to look also this aspect of using input box, categories of Wikiquotes. You can see Wikiquotes of people. You can see literary works. You can see films. You can see redirect television shows, proverb collection, themes, and general. So let's say we are working with creatives, right? They are people. So I'm just using my name as an example. Let me just use my name, Chukwuma Dike. I'm not using the way my colleague did, using the red line. This is using input box. So this one will give you, this method will give you a template of how to populate your Wikiquote. So if I click on add new person, it will now take me to this section. It will now take me to this section. You can see it has already populated the page for me with a template. So all I have to do now is just to now fill this information up with with the correct information I have on the person. Are you getting me? Are you getting what I'm trying to say? So this is another method of creating a Wikiquote article. So this method will give you a template. All you have to do is to now fill in the templates with the things that are real, the information that you want to create on. So if I click on let's show preview, you will see how it looks. So what I need to do now is to come here and create and do my introduction. Do the introduction of the person here. I can do the introduction of the person here. I can see the section of the quotes, English quotes. I can see the introduction. I can see quotes about person or worker. I can see external links and all that. So what I need to do is populate this template with real information, and I can now click on publish. Okay, Confidence, you want to say something?
Sir, I didn't know how you get here, this particular one.
Okay, this particular place.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, let me get the link. So when you go to how to start a new page on Wikiquote, maybe I should paste the link on the chat box so that you can copy. So that's the link. If you scroll down, you will see that part. Okay, who Confidence, you still want to? Okay.
Yes, and also are we also getting quotes for movies, or it just creative persons?
Creative persons, like African creative persons.
Okay, just that. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So without any other questions, is there any other question or contribution to add on this section? I think we have already spent 30 minutes as well. Okay, so without more questions and contributions, I want to thank everybody that make out time to join us on this section. And I hope we have all filled the data reimbursement form. We will maybe by tomorrow we should get our data reimbursements. Also, the contest part of this event starts now, and we are running it till let me meta page where want to check the actual. Okay, so we are running it from now till to 5th of September. Okay, so we are running it from now till 5th of September. After 5th of September, every contribution will stop. And we will now take our time to announce the results. So thank you everyone for joining this section. We appreciate your time, and this our collaboration with Black Lodge Table will also continue. We also have a program coming up next month, so you should also stay up, and we will announce the events, and we urge everybody to join in and make it a blast. And obviously the winners will be, there are gifts for the winners, and also the people that dared to contribute something on the contest side of this program. Thank you all. Thank you for your contributions, your questions, and I've also learned a lot from so many things that was said by you guys. And let's keep on preaching about people reading Wikimedia projects. It's not all about contributing now because of the use of AI, a lot of things are not as it used to be before. So many people are not researching through Wikimedia projects now because AI has already taken the space, even on Google. When you search about something, you will first see the summary on AI. So we need to keep on encouraging people, telling people that, okay, Wikipedia is a place you can actually read about a lot of things. Many people don't even know that Wikipedia is still existing. So we should also try as much as possible to spread the works of Wikipedia and the contribution we are making. Thank you all. Without any further questions or contribution, I will want to end this call. Okay, let me start sharing my screen. All right. Bye.
Bye.